Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. We would today take a look at some of the common sprint review anti-patterns. But before we go ahead and talk about those anti-patterns that I see or I have seen in my career, let me first explain it to you what is a sprint review. The Scrum Guide describes the sprint review as the purpose of the sprint review is to inspect the outcome of the sprint and determine future adaptations. The Scrum team presents the result of their work to their key stakeholders and progress towards the product goal is discussed. During the event, the Scrum team and their stakeholders review what was accomplished in the sprint and what has changed in their environment. Based on this information, attendees collaborate together to decide what to do next. The product backlog may also be adjusted to meet new opportunities. The sprint review is a working session and the Scrum team should avoid limiting it to a presentation. Now, if you read and understand the above text from the Scrum Guide, we know that like all other Scrum events, the sprint review too is an opportunity to practice empirical process control. The sprint review is an event where empiricism visibly and vividly comes to life, or at least should. However, there are many pitfalls that teams do not avoid, and hence they fail to utilize the sprint review for the actual purpose it is intended for. Let's take a look at some of the most common anti-patterns that I have seen in the real world. First, not enough stakeholders to collect feedback from. I've seen this multiple times that the stakeholders refuse the sprint review invite, stating conflicts or any other reason. The stakeholders, the users must make time on their calendars to attend reviews, inspect the increment, and provide their valuable feedback. The next anti-pattern, non-interested or non-attentive stakeholders. I've also experienced many times that the users or stakeholders do not pay their complete attention when the team is presenting the increment. The event concludes without any questions or feedback from their side, not because they had none, but because they didn't care enough. In these cases, they often send their feedback once the product is live in production, the same feedback which they could have provided earlier during the sprint review had they cared more. Third, not relevant audience in reviews. Another common anti-pattern is that the list of invited stakeholders or users never change over time. While continuity of stakeholders is necessary to have that engagement with them, continued engagement with them, but if and when the sprint increments warrants new or additional attendees, the list should be amended. Fourth, product owner behaving as a stakeholder. I've also seen some of the times that the product owner treats himself or herself as a member of the user group and not the member of the Scrum team. The result, product owner isn't fully aware of the increment if it achieves the definition of done and he or she accepts or rejects stories at the time of the sprint review. Fifth, dev team gamifying the increment. Many a times when adequate psychological safety doesn't exist inside the team try to present increment as if it meets the definition of done when it does not. This impacts transparency and subsequently the group's ability to inspect and adapt. Sixth anti-pattern, the infamous PowerPoint reviews. Now, how many times have we seen this? The sprint review is an opportunity to inspect the working software, and that cannot be done over a PowerPoint, period. Anything that limits or impacts transparency of the increment should be avoided at all cost. 7:30 pattern, not leaving enough time for questions and feedback. Though the demo of the working software is necessary and indispensable, but the team should also keep the purpose or intent of that demo in their minds. The intent of that demo of the increment is to inspect the same and collect feedback from users to help adapt the future backlog. Eighth, product owner and the team not documenting the feedback. I have also seen multiple times that the stakeholders did provide feedback, but nothing was seriously or actually documented by the PO and the team, resulting in no adaptations made. 9:13 pattern, not celebrating success. Often teams do not celebrate their good work as much as they should be doing. So, tell a compelling story of the sprint achievements to your audience. This helps build empathy into your sprint stakeholders and helps them understand the challenges of the team. The celebration also motivates the team to continue doing their good work. And lastly, and the most important and the most common anti pattern, understand the meaning of a sprint increment. An increment is the current sprint's work plus all the previous sprint's work, and not only the current sprint work. How many times have we seen that the team inspect only the current sprint work? Remember to inspect the complete and latest increment with your stakeholders, because only then you would be able to make the right adjustments that are needed. Hope you liked this video. Please do like or leave a comment if you did, and do subscribe to my channel to support it. Thank you.